Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at using automated images from the retail portal, a Specialty Toys Network data system. So if you're looking to log in, you can get there by just going to pdbhub.com. So it stands for Product Database Hub.com. And that'll take you to our productdatabasehub.com website. You'll have a link to log into retail portal. I'm already logged in here, so we'll just show you the functions that we're looking at in a second. Into the documentation side, you may see more detailed information about this video here under the products images article. So take a look at that as well. So once you log into retail portal, what we're going to be looking at is looking at a couple of our settings here. In general, your push settings, you can control whether or not you're using images in any of your push buckets. And then we have another option that we have that we need to make the changes on your behalf, but you won't see this. But if you want, we can make it so that you can use anywhere from between 5, a minimum, up to 15 images per product for your Shopify site. So right now, this particular site has been set with up to use historically only 5 per product. So we're going to go ahead and change that to use the maximum of up to 15 images per product. And when you're doing that as well, you want to look at your automated settings. In this case, the store has been set to fill in the blank, if you will, with automatic nightly images. So then you have a new option here to add in or replace, or not to add in, additional or only when 0. So by default, you probably want to leave it this to only when web products has 0 images. And I'll explain what that means more in a second. But you could also choose to say, I want to append additional images. What this means, if you have images checked here and here, you're saying fill in the blank, and you use this option here. If you have 5 images and you're going up to 15, it'll add another 7 images in addition to what you have there. If you use this option, which is what we use for this site, it'll say basically only add in images on my items when I have 0 or no media for that particular product on the website. And so let's look at why you might want to do that instead of always getting images. So if we look at, for example, here I'm looking at some products. I've gone ahead and I've used my column visibility option to look at stock. And then we also have these image counts here at the end that are on by default, but you may need to turn those on. So what we're doing is we're looking, first of all, of items that are in stock. And then I'm looking at stuff that's matched. This is not really required in this particular situation, but it's a good thing to keep your eye on if you're looking to see, in general, what is matched up or what isn't matched. I've also set it to look only with products with dates. So these are items that are on your website. And then here, what we're doing is I'm setting a filter to say on this different image count. You can see we have 3 columns related to images here. This first one, site image counts, how it shows you the quantity of media attached to each product on the website. The second, STN images count, shows you the quantity of images attached to the product in our product cards. So in retail portal, if you want to think about it that way. And then this here is a difference value. So I'm just going to set it to greater than 0. And that's going to show me where there's more available images to use. So the reason I said that we probably want to keep our settings here for only use when the web product has 0 images is that oftentimes if you're working with a site that's been published for a while, you may not want the system to start adding in additional images where you have to go back and clean up repetitive images. The way retail portal works is when we push a particular set of images for an item from our system to your website, we basically have an ID associated with each image. And then if we're pushing again, let's say if we've added in, the vendor has added in a couple images or images have been updated. If you have a push again to that product, whether it's adding images to your website, if it sees the same image IDs, it'll know that those images are the same and go on to the next one. So if we added, 5 more images to this product, it would go, oh, I already have these 5 or these 6 images on the website. I'm going to add these other 5 in on top of that. But if you've added your own images, which is very common outside of retail portal system, you will not have the same image IDs. And so even if you have visually these same images that look like this on your site, the system is not going to recognize those as the identical image. So it'll just potentially add in repetitively what you had, and then you'll be faced with cleaning it up on your website. So what we have here is a way to kind of take advantage of both structures and get the best out of the best world. So we'll just look at a sample item here. Let's take, for example, I wanted to look at here. Let's see, what was it? Looking at this paint by stickers kids unicorn one. So let's look at this item here real quick. I'm just going to look by SKU. Wanted to make sure I replaced it. Search there. So this is the item. We notice if we look at the pop-up preview here that we have quite a few more images here available. You can see on the image count difference that we've got 7 more images than the website has already. If we kind of take this slowly in this situation, you'll see that there's a fair amount of images already on the product on the website that do a pretty good job. But let's say we wanted to show some examples of the before and after some additional pages. We want to go ahead and, I don't know if these images, let's assume that they didn't come from Retail Portal, so we don't want to have to replace them all when they get here. So what we're going to use is a function here where we just select the items that we're going to be using, one or more. You can select, thousands at a time if you're doing it by filtering those. In this case, I'm just going to select one for this demo. And then in our commands, we have a specialized command called replace images. What this will do, and you'll see a notice here, is this will, first of all, it'll look at that product that you're pushing to and say, the first steps of this push is going to remove the associated images from this product. And just a heads up that if you're not using these images elsewhere on your website, basically you're going to be deleting those images from your server. So that's where it comes important to kind of slow down and understand what you're doing when you're dealing with images like this. After you deal with it a little bit, I think you get pretty comfortable with it. But so we were to check, we could get an initial check here to website to products in the retail portal, but we want to do it a little bit more involved as we get going on this. So we're going to check this item. We're going to use the replace function. I'm not going to do it yet, but if you were to push selected items, for example, and you said I wanted to do, even if you had like an images only function here, this push selected will append them. It won't replace those. So if I were to push this, it's going to add up to a total of 15 images to those products. So that's not what we want to do in this case. We want to replace. So we're going to go ahead and go to the replace images here, and we'll run this command on this guy here. Okay. And then it's going to start within a couple minutes here. See if there's anything else while we're waiting for that to finish up that we want to look at here. If you are looking on your settings, this is helpful. If you go to the automated settings, and you can see how many images you have in your settings right here. So it'll tell you add up to X images, both in this line here and this line here. So even though you can't see the option here that we have super administrators has, you're not going to see this function here. That'll give you visual identification of what you're doing for your particular setup, and just holler at us if you need that added in to have that quantity changed for you. Okay, let's go take a look here at our action logs here. Okay, it already finished that one, so then let's go over here. I'm just going to reload this page here, and we'll see that it basically, the system replaced all of the images for this product. So they look all basically identical here, right? But we can see if we look at them here that they're the new images from Retail Portal. And I'm just going to rearrange these a little bit here. So let's look here. I want to just, show a before and after together for each item here. So I'm going to kind of move these around here where they make a little bit more sense. That's not bad. This one here, I don't see an after for, so let's just get rid of the mermaid. Yeah, don't do that. So then we've got a pretty nice collection of before and after illustrations for what's going on with this product with minimal work there. Okay, it's pretty easy to use. If you have any questions, let us know. If you would like to sign up for Retail Portal, just reach out to us, or if you go to stoysnet.com, we've got our services under our, we call them automatic data for e-commerce. And we connect with a variety of different platforms, Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce. Most of our development is for Shopify at this time, but it's a very affordable monthly service. All right, thank you very much.